Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bella Fountain TV. If this is your first time here, I'm Bella, your host, and you're very much welcome to this platform. Here we respect each and other's views, we respect each other's comments, and we share our ideas. We tap from each other's fountain of knowledge. So please, if this is something you find interesting, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And for my returning subscribers, I always respect you all, and I thank you all for your continuous support. So today we're going to have another interesting video, which is in relation to something really happening currently in our 237 community. So welcome. As you come in, please like and share the video. Mama Alicia, my love, how are you, sis? Back Columbia Crush. Oh my God, sis, you're doing a fantastic job. Mwah. You're amazing. Your skills are just out of this world. Please, you need to teach me how to compile those videos. So yeah, thank you, my sweet sis Solis, for coming. Please like and share, invite more people. Health and Zumba Master, welcome, sis. Welcome, Juicy, the juiciest sis of them all. Welcome, sis. Hi. The blue hats. Welcome, sis. Please share as you come in. I'm just going to try and share as well. Come on. Oh, perfect. El Queen, my gorgeous baby sis. Welcome, darling. How are you doing? Come and share, guys. I'm just trying to share as well. Okay. Just click on the like button as you come in, please. Where are all my people? Where are all my people? Where are all my people? Thank you. Oh my God, Sophia Marlene. Welcome, Pressy. Welcome. I hail you. Thank you so much for coming. I see you. Okay. Let's spend, oh, what am I doing? Let's spend some quality 1 hour together. What am I doing? What have I done? Oh, Lord, help me. Okay, that's done. Right, welcome everybody. Like I said, I'm Bella, and you're actually watching Bella Fountain TV. For all my returning subscribers, thank you for your continued support. And for all my new subscribers, the family is growing nice and slowly. We're getting there. So thank you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and for all your constructive feedbacks and your continuous contribution. I really appreciate you all. It's been an amazing journey so far. So today we're going to be talking about Askia's recent post in relation to Father's Day celebration, and it's been trending on social media with like really prominent vloggers and bloggers talking about it. Fans are talking about it, and people have their own opinion about the whole situation. And I want to share my own opinion with you all, and I would love for you all to share your opinions as well. It's like I said, this is a forum where we learn from each other. We are tapping from each other's fountain of knowledge, and that's the only way we can grow together as a people. So yes, please keep the comments coming, keep the contributions coming. Let's learn and grow. Let's learn and grow. Please like the video as you come in. Please. How is everybody doing? Please say hi. I can give you a shout out. Say hi, hi, hi. Especially if you're new. If you're new, say hi. I can give you a shout out and welcome you. Especially Classroom Tips with Linda. Welcome, sis. I see you. All right, Juicy. Thank you, sis. Welcome, Classroom with Linda. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you. Perfect. Like, share, share, share. While you're sharing, let's play our CY International and relax for a bit. Okay. Let's get your place day. Your place day. Mm, 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 mm. Your place day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ha. Let's sucker for a bit. Hey, the Dollars Vlog, sis. Welcome. I see you. Where my ever supportive sis. Hey. Eva. Your place. Hey. The Dollars Vlog is for you. Hey. Hey. Eva. Tush, tush. Hey. Tush. I love you too, Baba Alicia. Cha. Hey. 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 Chop, 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 cha, 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 cha. The Dollars Vlog. Yes, sis. Let's sucker. Your place, your place, your place, Eva. Your place, Eva. Yes, sir. Kelima Kochi. Oh, see why your place day. Welcome, Kelima Kochi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes, I think we're ready to kickstart the show. So welcome everybody once more. Let's talk about Askia. Let's talk about her post with regards to Father's Day. Askia was celebrating herself. As we all know, Askia is separated from her husband. I think it's Kila. His name is Kila, I think so. And so she has come out to celebrate herself on Father's Day. And that has literally sparked so much controversy on social media. Okay, personally, I want us to share our thoughts on this issue because there's so many things we can learn from. We all have differences in opinion, and that's fair. That's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us a group of people, you know. So let me read the post that Askia actually put up on her page on Father's Day. That post that has been causing commotion on social media. Okay, so where are we? I'm just going to read the post. I'm sure some of you have seen the post, but for those who haven't seen it, I'm going to read the post. So Askia said, Father's Day is just a Sunday gone, so that was Father's Day. And I made a video for all our fathers and for those of you who have spouses, boyfriend, girl, who are actually celebrating Father's Day as well. So Askia wrote, "Happy Father's Day to me. At first, I didn't think I could do it. But as time went on, I realized that I was built for this. I am the best father to my beautiful daughter." I think her daughter is called Nairobi. "And I can't stop or relent. Course, it's a big responsibility." Tambe Esther, welcome, sis. Welcome. I see you. "Shout out to all moms out there who are also dads to their kids. And a bigger shout out to all real fathers out there who are actually in their kids' life, taking responsibility. Father's Day peak loading. We are done praying for deadbeat dads to man up. Discuss. Right. So already she knew from her conclusion, her last sentence or word was discuss. She knew she was going to get a reaction from this post, and rightly so. It's Askia, right? It's Askia. Whatever Askia does, Askia gets a reaction from the public and her fans. But this post, for me, I feel like has gotten more negative reaction than positive. And that literally made me ponder as to why people feel like they can bash on Askia in relation to this post. As we know, Askia has come out and she's so many times she shared her story about the struggles in her relationship. She's made her literally her family life is public. We, the online in-laws, literally it's like we live in Askia's house. Okay, and we know about the things that are happening in her relationship with her daughter's father. Now, my problem is when I see like really big vloggers and bloggers. Grace Williams, welcome, my sweet sis. I see you. When I see big bloggers and vloggers actually chastising Askia for celebrating herself. B, welcome, my sweet. Welcome, I see you. For celebrating herself as a dad and as a mom. Mommy Constance, welcome, welcome, my beautiful big sis. Hey, Ebony Black, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you. So why all the negative approach to this comment? Because personally, I don't see anything negative about the post that Askia has put up. You know, she is what's Kalima Kochi saying, it's rather unfortunate most African, especially Cameroonian women just discover they have been the father and mother of the children for decades. Exactly. El Beauty, Muma, Abela. So I don't find anything negative with the post, basically, because like Kalima Kochi has said, they are, for decades and decades and decades, women have taken up responsibilities of both men and women, especially from us, from the African background, where dads were like just a figurehead. They were just a figurehead. They are just there. It's almost like the dads know they have to procreate. They have to just provide food for the kids, and that's what they do. They're just like a symbolic figure, almost like a statue placed in the household where you know there's a father. That's a mentality that we growing up as Africans, that's a mentality we have when it comes to dads. It's almost like a symbol, you know, that there's a head somewhere, a masculine figure that's actually present in the house, you know. And that's why sometimes our kids, we don't literally our African parents, we say, oh, we're not used to all the lovey-dovey thing. We instill fear in our kids or children because of this whole symbolic appellation of our dads growing up. And that's the same mentality that this generation is trying to portray. And that's why I decided I will have the show to share my idea and actually pick your brains as well, to see what people think about this whole post. Greener pasture, my sis with the golden heart. I see you. I see you. For years, women have done this responsibility of both, of playing the role of a man or the father and the mom in the house. For years and years and years, and that still hasn't changed. But the only difference is that this modern generation are actually acknowledging it. They are celebrating themselves for taking up that responsibility, despite the challenges that come with it. Despite the challenges that come with playing the role of a father and a mother, okay? And this doesn't only go to the single mothers or the single parents. This goes to married couples as well. It goes to married couples, because there are people that live as couples, yet it's the wife who does literally everything in the house. Make sure the kids' homework is actually done. Make sure the kids' health is looked after. Make sure they have clothes. Make sure they're fed. You know, make sure they know the friends or group of people they're hanging out with. All father that does is that that makes sure that he impregnates the wife, and the wife is giving birth to children every now and then, and screaming at home, and like, trying to implement discipline at home. But discipline sometimes comes with nurturing as well. You can't instill fear in a child, and instilling fear in a child doesn't necessarily bring respect from that child, and that's a mistake that a lot of our African dads have done. The Barren Lesbian TV, I see you, darling. Exactly, B. There's so many reasons why we women, we should celebrate ourselves as dads and fathers. That does not mean we are taking away the masculinity of a man. That does not mean you are emasculating the male figure at home. We don't emasculate. You only get emasculated when you refuse to be the man that you are expected to be in your household, in your relationship. You are self-emasculating, not necessarily your partner, your wife or your girlfriend. You are doing the self-damage. That's just the simple truth. Sierra Istira, welcome, darling. Absolutely, B. Being a father, I've done a show before. If you haven't watched that show, Auntie Titi, she's one of those people. She's come to me so many times, like really praising that show. And I think a lot of people need to go and watch that show when it comes to who is a dad. Who is a real dad? Are you just a sperm donor, or are you actually taking the responsibility, or like going through the real meaning of being a dad? And if you're not, then you don't need to be celebrated. It's the same way we have men nowadays who have actually taken the responsibility of being the mother and the father. Being the mother and the father in the relationship. And we should celebrate those men on Mother's Day. It doesn't take away their masculinity because they're being celebrated as mothers. They're being celebrated as mothers based on the responsibilities that these men are doing. It doesn't make them less of a man. If you say to a man who is actually performing the dual responsibility of a mother and a father, it doesn't make them any less of a man if we wish them happy Mother's Day, because they are doing the responsibility, they're actually carrying out those roles and duties that a mother would do or should do. You can't say, oh, there's a man in your life. You cannot just come and say you're the father, you're celebrating Father's Day. That child doesn't know you as a father. No, it does not matter if the child knows the father or not. What matters is if the father is actually participating in the life of a child. You have to be there, not only physically, but you have to be there emotionally, psychologically. That's the most important part of it. To be a father, you have to be involved in the life of a child. You have to be involved in the life of a child. You don't just have to be there physically. You have to get involved in everything, every aspect in the life of that child. And that is exactly what Askia is to her daughter, Nairobi. That's exactly what she's been doing. Because as we know, she's cried out. I know people, it's Askia. And this is my problem on social media. I have this issue on social media, right? Where when you dislike somebody, there's some people, you don't necessarily have to be a fan of everyone on social media. And that's fair. We all decide who we want to follow, we want to like or not. But that should not take away your objectivity when it comes to the things that that person is doing. When they do good, say they're good. When they do bad, of course, call them out that they've done bad. But the fact that you dislike somebody doesn't necessarily mean you're not objective when it comes to whatever the person is doing or posting on social media, especially as celebrities. And I've realized that that's what a lot of vloggers do. Because I don't like you, whatever you do, I would criticize it. I will see it in a negative light. And I feel like they see Askia as an easy target because they know she has all these negative relationship press around her. And so obviously they want to go for it, feeling that maybe that's going to bring them some popularity. But no, you're not helping your community. You're not teaching people. You're not bringing to light those things that need to be brought to light, like the aspect of women playing dual responsibility of a man and a woman. Askia is the one, she said it. She said it in a show. in a recent video that she just posted trying to defend herself, which personally I think she shouldn't have even bothered defending herself, because that post was meant to be up. It was meant to be up. She needs to celebrate herself. Don't DK. We all know how many times she celebrates herself as a father. She wishes herself happy Father's Day all the time. And there's no problem with that at all, because they are the ones playing the role of a father and the mother at the same time. At the same time, my only problem is I feel so sorry for the kids who are missing out in the relationship, because I realize that a lot of, especially in the situation of Askia, we cannot use kids. Exactly, B. We cannot use kids as a bargaining chip when it comes to a broken relationship or a strained relationship. And that's what some of us do, men and women alike. We use our kids as a bargaining chip. When we separate from our partners, our boyfriends, our spouses, we're using a child as a weapon to get back at the other person. That's what we're doing. Because I hear Askia saying, oh, I blocked his number and I unblocked it and I blocked this and I unblocked this. No, we don't do that. When a child is involved, you don't do it. You may be very angry, but the main focus is the child. It's a child. Give access to the daddy, and if he doesn't take it, and then you have every ground to go and cry in the right, follow the right process to make sure that he takes full responsibility as a dad. And actually, I can't even say full responsibility, because what people, with us Africans, just the fact that the man, for example, if Askia takes the killer guy to court or social services, and they end up putting like a quarter of his monthly salary wages to be paid to Askia for the child's upkeep, we are now saying, oh, he's a real man, he's taking responsibility of a father. No, that does not make him a dad. That does not necessarily make him a dad. It doesn't. Just providing the financial side of it doesn't make you a good dad. No. No. Father's Day, in my opinion, is for those who are actually doing the job of a father. Financially, emotionally, everything, spiritually. And a girl child, for that matter, needs her dad. That's going to be the first male role model she's going to grow up to see. It's the way the dad behaves towards the mother that this child will understand that that's how a man should treat a woman. We underestimate the role of a man in the life of a child. And this is for Askia's estranged husband. If actually he's going to watch this video, he may think he's punishing Askia by not being in that child's life. But no, you're punishing your own child. You're denying that child the privilege of understanding what a male figure should be in the life of a woman. A good real a male role model. Simply Sandy, welcome, darling. Thank you. Thank you. We are. Askia should concentrate on taking care of her baby rather than dragging the guy. She can't force the guy to be part of their life if he doesn't. Of course not, the Dollars Vlog. Of course not. That's another side of the story. She can't force him to be the father of Nairobi. But my focus point is this post that she made celebrating herself on Father's Day, and vloggers are saying that she should not because she's not a man. Just the fact that she doesn't have something dangling in between her legs doesn't mean she's not a father. She is. She's doing dual responsibility. The only mistake she's made is bringing her family life on social media. And like I said, us, the social media in-laws, we are waiting to pounce on the whole situation. And that's what is happening. Sierra Istara saying, Bella, you are smart. I'm going through the same thing. Some days I don't know what to tell my daughter about her dad. We try to act both roles, but the void is always there. It's always going to be there, sis. It's always going to be there. That's what I mean. The fact that even if Askia is taking the man and forcing him through a legal procedure to look after this child, it still doesn't make him a dad. She can still go on and celebrate herself as a father for as long as she lives. Because just giving money to a child doesn't necessarily mean you're playing the role of a dad in the life of that child. It's more to just being a sperm donor. People need to understand. And that's the mentality that our fathers had. That's the mentality that our fathers had. And we should not punish our kids with the same mentality. We mustn't do that. And for vloggers to chastise Askia for celebrating herself is just a way of pushing down or bringing down the voices of women who are fighting for years to be recognized as also playing important roles in the life of their children or life of people in society. There is a problem. And I find it very even troubling because most of the people that are criticizing Askia for that post are women. Are women. And women who actually know the plight of another woman, who should be the one to uplift her, are the ones trying to criticize and bash on her and bring her to make her feel very less of herself or less of the responsibility that she's shouldering. Mariam Issa, welcome, sis. We can't do that. Just the fact that she's not having something dangling between her legs doesn't mean she's not a man. It's the same way you're going to underlook. These days we have house husbands. We have house husbands because women are now making, some women earn more than their men. You know, they go and do the work. You know, what men used to do before, what men was expected to do before, like bring the money, fend for the family. And the women were just there to, you know, look after the home, cook, clean, do the laundry and all whatnot. But no, times have changed. Things have moved on. And that's how we should be evolving with our own thinking. We should evolve with time. We shouldn't get stuck up in olden days mannerism. We can't. If we must move as a people, we must change our mentality. We must. Some children would grow old and die without ever knowing their fathers or mothers. You know? And so you're just literally undermining the role and responsibility that single parents are playing, or mothers or fathers who are in the marital status are actually playing when they don't have supportive partners. We are minimizing those responsibilities or the role that you're playing. We are minimizing it when we go out and say Askia should not go and put up such a post. She should better stay quiet. No, we cannot. She can't stay quiet. She should celebrate herself. Now with the chest and welcome, darling. She should celebrate herself for being a real mom and a dad. You know? It's the same thing that you would say, it's almost like you're saying women should not be successors nowadays. No, it's the same thing that you will come out, a vlogger would probably say, or fans would say, women should not be successors. No, I am a successor. I am a successor to my dad. Yes, I am. And that's a lot of responsibility. It's huge. Father's Day gone. My nieces, who I call grandchildren, my grandchildren, because now I'm the grandfather, sent me a happy Father's Day message. They did. The funniest thing is, I was not expecting it because it's not been too long since I was crowned as my dad's successor. That's going to be a topic for another day, a woman being a successor. I wasn't expecting a message from my nieces wishing me happy Father's Day. When I got the first one, I was like, what? Before it dawned on me that yes, I'm their father. I'm their grandfather. And I'm playing the responsibility of their grandfather. I'm not going to do exactly what my late father did, but I try to emulate the responsibilities that he had as a grandfather to these children, to his grandchildren. And they recognize that. They recognize it. And they'll wish me happy Father's Day. I was so touched. I was so moved. Does that mean I shouldn't accept it because I'm not a man in the physical? No. It shouldn't be that. That shouldn't be the case at all. That shouldn't be the case at all. If you're doing something, you should praise yourself. You should take, because there's so many women out there who are probably, when they read such, oh bless Simply Sunday, Thank you, Danny. Because when you see people criticizing such a post like the one that Askia put up, you are making other women feel like they are not actually, they're not performing those responsibilities. Almost like without a man, they are nothing. That's the message that you will pass out there when you criticize such a post. That's the message. Because you're saying Askia is not a man, she can't come and wish herself a happy Father's Day. You're basically saying what a man can do, a woman cannot do. That's what you're saying. That whatever, that literally Askia cannot do what Killer, Askia cannot do the responsibilities of Killer in his absence. That's what you are saying when you chastise women for praising themselves, for actually being the role of a mother and the role of a father. We have so many absentee fathers. Exactly. I'm simply Sandy. Exactly. Somebody, Saint. Oh, hi, Saint. Welcome, darling. In my opinion, Father's Day should remain a day for fathers. I didn't see single fathers being celebrated on Mother's Day. Saint, I don't know if you probably came in after I've already said it. Personally, we should celebrate all single fathers who are taking the responsibilities of mothers and fathers. We should celebrate them. There's nothing wrong with that. It's about time we start thinking out of the box. If we are talking about equality, does equality only apply when we pick in situations that we pick and choose? I don't think so. I don't think so. Why is it that it's only when it works for us? There's nothing wrong in celebrating a man who is bringing up kids on their own, because they've taken the responsibility of the mother and the father. They are mom dads. Those are mom dads. We need to remove our cultural lenses sometimes and place it on the floor and see things for truly what they are. Because sometimes we're blinded by the cultural lens that we are brought up with. It's about time we think out of the box, because that's the only way we can grow. We should be very liberal in our thinking. Celebrating a man on Mother's Day for being a real father and a mother to the child should be a bonus to that man. It shouldn't be any way or means or shape or form downgrading or degrading. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. We need to celebrate it. It's our responsibilities. Our responsibility, us, the younger generation, the generation of nowadays, to turn things around. And what Askia is doing, she's a revolutionist. She is. Because she is, for example, what can I say? My very own brother, he put a post on Facebook not so long ago. John is one of my wisdom brother, and he said it's better to look strange to yourself. It's better to look strange to others than feel like a stranger to yourself, which is basically what Askia has done. People look at it to be very odd that she's celebrating herself on Father's Day, but no, she knows what that means to her. So it's better to appear very strange or odd to others than to be a stranger to yourself. She knows what that post means to her, because she's taken up that baton of responsibility as a father and as a mother. And she's celebrating herself, and that's what keeps her going. For some people, that's good for their mental well-being, because they acknowledge themselves. You know, there are some people who actually feel like they're worthless because they feel whatever they do is not right. And that's even dangerous. But what Askia is doing here, for anybody struggling with mental or psychological issues, she's giving credit to herself. She's saying, I'm worthy. I'm capable of doing anything. You know, if he can't do it, I'm trying to do it for myself. What Askia is trying to do is make sure that this guy killer is actually physically present in the life of this child, so the child also knows, can identify with a masculine figure in her life. Like I said, just him giving money, that's a mistake, Askia, you're making, because you kept saying, I want him in his daughter's life, but then you kept referring to the financial side of it. No, are you actually wanting killer as well to come there for the financial bit, or you really want him to come in as a father, a real dad in the life of this child? Because those are two different things. These are two different things. We need to remember that. A lot of people make that mistake. I've said it. A lot of people make that mistake. I'm going to make sure he pays for it. He has to contribute as a father. It's the father of this child. He needs to take his responsibility. No, that's just one of his responsibilities. Just one. The financial side of it. That's just one. So in this case, I'm thinking for Askia, the only advice I can give her is make up your mind psychologically. They are going to raise this child as a father and as a mother on your own. And if you're lucky to meet a partner in the future, again, who wants to accept and adopt this child as his, then so be it. Be thankful, you know, to have such a partner. But for now, if you're having this killer guy who is literally being forced to you know, to take, you know, the financial responsibility of being a father, that he's not going to come in there and be a real dad in this life of this child from every indication. Yeah, he needs to do both, Saint, but he doesn't even want to do any. And that's why I'm saying to Askia, prepare your mind that you're going to be the father and the mother for as long as it gets. And if you're fortunate to meet a man in the future who would adopt this child, thank you, Mommy Constance, who adopt this child as his and raise the child in the manner in which a true dad would raise a child, and then you will celebrate, and you will back down, and then there will be no, you know, no need. So if Askia were to go ahead and get married to a man, a nice man who took Nairobi and raised her so well like his own daughter, and Askia came and posted this, then I will have a problem with that. Then I will have a real issue with that, because I know, hey, come on, Askia, there's a man. This girl has a father, a stepfather, who is, you know, who has taken up that responsibility. How dare you come and do such a post? Then it will be like disregarding then the contribution of her stepfather. That's when I'll have an issue. And that's when I will sit quiet if people were chastising or criticizing or bashing her for doing a post like that. But for now, as it stands, she's playing the dual responsibility. And she should celebrate herself for it, if you ask my opinion. If you ask my opinion. Catherine Tenze, welcome, sis. I see you. Now with the Chestam is saying, where's Nami? Kudos to Bella Fountain TV. It takes a whole lot to be given such a position. Thanks, sis. It's a big responsibility. Responsibility being my dad's successor is huge. I remember when I was, I remember, please like the video as you come in. I remember the day of the coronation when I was being crowned my dad's successor. I was crying because I know. I was crying when it's a whole process. Yeah, my mom, all my siblings, except one of my sister who couldn't travel. They were there, and there was a meeting. It's almost like a secrecy. It's a very funny feeling, you know, almost a secrecy. And so we're in a room, and my mom is talking to everybody, and she was, you know, telling everything my dad was saying, what my dad's wishes were. Anita, welcome, darling. And she said, well, one of my other sisters, she said, your dad's dying wish was that you'll be his successor. As soon my name was mentioned, my heart sank. Literally, my heart dropped to my stomach. I was screaming, no, I was crying. My mom is like, you cannot deny it. My siblings were, you cannot, because up here I was thinking, Where do I begin? Because my dad was such a gentle soul. He was a problem solver. He avoid every trouble. I'm very feisty. I'm very feisty. I'm very feisty, you know? And so for me, I'm thinking the responsibility of being a dad. The responsibilities of being a dad. I'm from Barefoot and I know what it really means. It's not easy. Of course, it's not easy. I'm not really chest. Oh my God, Obama Barefoot. Oh my goodness. Me, Amuma. I didn't know you're from Barefoot. So it was a huge responsibility for me. I was thinking, I was panicking, I was palpitating. How my dad has left me with this huge responsibility. I have so many grandkids now. I have so many children that are my one because I have to take up that responsibility. No, we don't have a male child. We don't. And even if we have a male child, Army General, in our culture, some families now, they have female children as successors in instead of male children. That's why I say to people, think out of the box. Gone are those days. If you have a male child, and this is a problem, this successor thing is going to be another topic for a whole day. If you have a male child who is a truant, a radical, who does not carry any source of form of responsibility, who is just causing havoc in the family, would you rather give that child a successor instead of giving a girl child who is more down to earth and grounded and very responsible? Things about our culture, so many things about our culture, sorry about the digression, that we need to change, that we really need to change. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable that I have to sit with my grandfathers, obviously, and they consider you as the successor, especially if my dad was senior to that person, and then I'm being accorded a certain level of respect because they look at me as my dad. It's very weird, but that's just what it is. And those are the kind of things that we need to start accepting. I have to come around to say, okay, it's happened. What next? What next? Okay. So we need to start opening our mind to know that women are beginning to do things. There's a tribe in Nigeria that their chief is actually a woman, a lady, a young girl. Okay, things are changing. And so when we see a woman celebrating herself on Father's Day, please, it does not mean she's saying I'm a man. It's the different. What happens? There's so many absentee fathers, I've said it. So many absentee fathers, some of them are just there for the sake of being there, but they are not taking up that responsibilities. Some of them will only appear when the child, you see, when Askia's daughter is of age of getting married, don't be surprised to see the father appearing and wanting to be the one to take the bride price. And that's very common with a lot of our African parents. That's very common. You've not been there for years yet. A green up pasture. So this is a huge one. It's a huge responsibility. For years and years and years, they disappear. They're not there in the lives of the kids, and they will only appear when they're of age, when they're that ripe age of marriage. That's when they want to be recognized as that of that girl, because bride price has to come to them. But they've forgotten about that mother like Askia, who was there, sleepless nights, cold mornings, hot, sunny days, to make sure that that child was well and sound and well groomed to become the woman that she has become. They forget that so easily. Catherine Tenze is saying, I believe that women stand up to celebrate themselves on Father's Day, so men can also do same. Of course, yes, Catherine. That's what I like to hear. Yes, men need to celebrate themselves on Mother's Day. Those men who are doing the responsibility of both men, mothers and fathers. I'm not saying that if you're with your husband, please don't go and celebrate happy Mother's Day when you're actually at home with your spouse. Okay, that will be, even if she's not taking the responsibility of a mother, you sometimes you don't want to just humiliate your wife in public like that. It's really when you're still married. All right. If you're separated, fair enough. Go celebrate yourself as a mother if you're a man. If she's not, pulling her weight as the mother of the child, children, then happily celebrate yourself because you so deserve it. You so deserve it. Mama, welcome, sweetheart. I see you. All men can be sperm donor, but not all men are fathers. Exactly, Anita. All men can be fathers, and not all men are real dads. There's a difference between being a father and a dad. That's what people need to understand. For those of you who haven't watched my video, me talking about the contrast between a father and a dad, please watch it. Go look for it and watch it. It's very important. Ah! Greener pasture saying Junda. Oh God, that time they don't care. Exactly, they don't care. When the child is still of a toddler age growing up, they don't. Some of those fathers or mothers, they run away. It's when the kids become like real people, like real responsible human beings, like successful people. They're fighting to identify themselves with that child. But where have they been all those years? It's the question. It's the question. I'm saying, honestly, Bella, some people are shameless. My uncle took the bride price of a child he never took responsibility for. Exactly, saying that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you have not been in the life of a child, why should they call you that child's dad? Why? Just because you impregnated a woman? This is the misconception about parenthood that we inherited from our forefathers. Oh, if you don't get the bride price, so Balo will catch you, tradition will catch you. Why tradition never catch the papa when never perform a role as the father? Why can't they say that the tradition is going to, affect the man or the woman for not being a real dad? Why do they always have to frighten us, the children, that if we do not recognize our parents, then ill luck is going to befall us? Why do they always have to threaten us? Why not the parents? I really don't understand. Why is it that the law is only going to affect the children and not the parents? Lucy, baby, welcome, darling. And if that particular child is wayward in future, they put it on the You can say that again, B. When the child is a good one, or it's like, oh, that's a true son of the father or the true daughter of the father. But when the child is a badly brought up one, or for some reason they get influenced by friends, the father will say, go and look, go and control your daughter. You see what I told you? You need to handle your son, eh? You see what I told you? I told you that your daughter, she was going to cause us trouble. It becomes that your daughter, that your son. It doesn't become our son, our daughter. They will run away when it's a bad one. When it's a bad seed, the parents, the father will not want anything to do with it. That's typical African father. Thanks, Simply Sandy. Sunchild, welcome, darling. I see you. When that child is a bad one, it's the father. It's that of the mother. Thank you, Anita. When it's a bad one, it's the mother's son or daughter. When it's a good one, that's my daughter. That's my son. Those are my genes. My genetics are flowing in that child. The women, we have always suffered. We've always been overlooked for so many years. And I'm happy people like Askia are actually putting it in the spotlight that, listen, you men, if you're not there, we are doing it, and we've been doing it. I know it's not easy. She's also bitter for the fact that she didn't just create this child by herself. She didn't just drink it and have an immaculate conception. She made a beautiful baby with another man. And the man just, got up and moved and just, disappeared in the life of this child. We are the ones, some of us parents are the ones ruining our own children. We're ruining our own children. And I listened to Askia say that her daughter calls her PA daddy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Her daughter calls her PA daddy. That it was like a sword in my heart, you know? And that's telling. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say it's not just, it's so sad, simply saying it's not all about providing the finances for that child's upkeep. Why do you think this child is calling the PA daddy? Because perhaps it's a PA who picks up this child from school or drops her off to school. It's the PA who makes sure that he plays with the child when the child comes back from school. It's the PA who is there to ask the child, baby Nairobi, how are you, darling? How was your day? Who is your best friend? Are you going to this party? You know, why are you sad? Don't be sad. It's the PA who is there to console this child. And those are the responsibilities of a true dad. Killer is not there. So many of our African parents are not there. Those are the responsibilities. And those children, kids nowadays are very smart. They're identifying with it. She knows anybody who is daddy. Daddy is a protective figure. Daddy is there to make sure I'm safe. And that's exactly what the PA is probably doing. And that child has identified with it. And she's feeling safe with the PA. And she calls him daddy. Oh my God. It almost brought tears down my cheek when Askia said that. Sometimes we need to listen. Sometimes the problem with us at times, we hear, we're not listening. And when we don't listen, we will miss vital information that we can learn from, or we can help to teach others. A lot of people, I'm sure that when they listen to this Askia's video where she did, and she said, my daughter calls my PA daddy, they will just laugh and move on. No, I don't. I'm one of those people where when I hear something, I think, why would a child feel like that? Why would a child do that? Why would a parent do that? Why did they say that? Askia may have said that without even realizing it. Okay. She may have said that without even noticing, but it's very important because this is a lesson to be learned by most of our African men who feel like being a father is just donating your sperms or having something dangling in between your legs. No, there's more to it. If you don't take up your responsibility as a father, some other person is going to take it up for you. And don't come crying tomorrow. Don't. Because when that child builds a bond with another person, trust me, sorry, gone are those days where you're forced to recognize your father. The generation, our own kids will put you in your rightful place. Trust me. You've not been there. They don't know you. They don't recognize you. Yes, you're my father. Yes. And so that's it. What else have you done to me to recognize you as my dad? Is the question a lot of you will get from your children if you're not careful. A lot of you men will get, a lot of you mothers will get if you're not careful. Because there are some mothers who will give birth to children and they feel like they are still slave queens. They are still slave queens. They forget that they are mothers or they're married women. They can't distinguish between the responsibility of the life of a slave queen and the responsibility of a mother. Once you become a mother, life changes drastically. It's not about you anymore. Okay? The first thing is a child, and then you have yourself as well. You don't have to forget yourself as a mother, but that becomes your priority. That becomes your priority, that life that you brought forth into this world. So it doesn't only go to the men, it goes to the women as well. Maps to the world. Welcome, my darling. Welcome, sis. I see you. Simply Sandy, thank you. Tell them to like. Catherine Tenzebella, I don't believe on the saying that irresponsible father take a law to make him. I don't believe on this saying that irresponsible father take a law to make him responsible because tomorrow he will want to partake in the child's success. Exactly, that's what I mean, Catherine and Tenzin. By Askia saying she's going to take him to maybe through the legal system to do child support is just one of the responsibility of a father. It doesn't make them a true dad. If you have to be a father, a real dad, you have to do everything that a true dad should be doing to their child. Everything. Physically, financially, emotionally. You cannot just, because you're paying the child's school fees, the child doesn't even know you're wiring money, momoing money to the mother's account. Pay the fees. Pay the fees. Pay the fees. Pay the fees. Because Askia, she's panicking that the child is going to go to school. Where is she going to get the money when she's going to secondary school to sponsor her? You can't just feel that because Killer is going to be paying the fees for that child, it makes him a good dad. No, he needs to do more. Same for other men. They need to do more. It's not just the fees, the financial side. It's more. You don't have to be married to be in the life of your child. People mistake that as well. You don't have to be together to be a true dad to your child. You don't have to be married. Sometimes it's better for you guys to separate and stay, have your separate lives, but how can I say, raise these children or kids together. Co-parenting, that's the word. Co-parenting, that's the word I was looking for. You can co-parent together. People do that and do it successfully nowadays. Some people do it, where the kids will spend Monday to Friday with the mother, and Friday night, Saturday, Sunday evening back to with the father, and then back to the mom. That way the kids, they're bonding with their dad. It doesn't make them a bad dad because they're not together with their mother. It doesn't. And that's our African mentality as well that needs to change. It doesn't make you a bad mom or bad dad if you're not together with your partner or your spouse or your husband or your wife. It doesn't. What makes you a bad father or bad mother? It's when you're not there, involved in the life of your kids actively. That's the actively. Underline this word, actively, with a capital A. Actively involved, not a passive father, not a passive mother. You're actively involved in the lives of these kids. That's when you become a real dad or a true mom. Even if you want to slay, why not slay with your kids? Exactly. Now with the chest down. Exactly. My little sis was calling our dad uncle, cause my father wasn't there for. You see what I mean? Thank you, Maps to the World. This is what I'm saying. And Askia mentioned this in her video take. She said her daughter calls her personal assistant daddy. And now with the Chestam is just confirming it, that that's not just an isolated case. There are children out there who are just as confused as Nairobi. And these children, of no cause of theirs, they are suffering. Why two adults decided to come together and enjoy themselves, consciously or unconsciously, and bring forth a life? This child is suffering. G-Spot, my G-Spot boo for life. I see you, sis. Innocent kids are the ones suffering. We're playing bargaining chip with them. You feel like you're punishing the mother by avoiding anything to do with the child. You're punishing your child. You're feeling you're doing the same. You're punishing the dad by avoiding anything to do with your kid. You're punishing the child. The kids are in the middle. They're innocent. They're confused. They don't know what to do. So they see any man that shows them love, the kind of love that a father should show them, they will refer to them as daddy. How painful when they grow up and realize that their father didn't even care about them. It's so painful. It's so painful. If you don't have to be with somebody, you don't have to be with somebody. But if you have kids together, please commit to your responsibility as a mother or as a father. Commit. Please like the video as you come in, please. Child support is one of the responsibilities, but if it doesn't want to do anything, why not the financial side? Exactly. I'm saying Askia should seek counseling and get to terms with the fact that she will be the only one taking care of the kid. Thank you. That's what I said, Saint. You can do it, sis. Get in touch with someone or some single mothers and get some tips. Exactly, Saint. That's what I said. I don't know if you were actually you came in before I said that. That's what I said. She needs to understand that even if Killer is paying, who keeps calling me? Even if Killer is paying for the child support and he's not actively involved in her life, Askia is going to end up still being the father and the mom in that child's life. And she needs to realize that. She needs to realize that. Personally, I feel like she needs to stop all, like, the only thing I would say is let her forget about the social media side of her relationship. Let her just focus on Nairobi. She should celebrate herself as a father and a mother 100%. But let her forget about her relationship that she's already exposed on social media and focus on that child and her career. That's the most important for her own sanity. Somebody should tag Askia. She needs to see this from her own big sis. It's very important. Share this video until it reaches her. Some women go as far as telling the kids that their father is dead. That's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem, Anita. Don't tell your child that the father is dead when the child's father is not dead. That child, it will backfire on you. Trust me. It will. Goodness forbid that child grows to find out that that's what you did. Because then it will show you're denying. That means you're denying that child the access to the father. It doesn't matter if the father was refusing. You haven't given that child a fair share or opportunity to want to try and make amends with his or her father. You cannot say that the father is dead. That's very bad. That's a big mistake to make. That child can end up building a relationship with the father and you become the common enemy. And you don't really want that. Especially in your old age, you will suffer being a lonely person. They will ignore you. Oh, you don't want that. I'll advise anyone not to try it. Even if you're so bitter. I know we women, we can be so bitter at times. That's what I think. You're using kids as a bargaining chip because you're punishing the dad. In your head, that lady was saying to your daughter or your son that the father is dead. In your head, you're punishing the dad by cutting all ties completely with him, with the child. But no, you're punishing your child. You're not punishing the man. Justice for the innocent. Welcome, darling. I see you. I love the purple hearts. Yes, yes. Most of the children, people abuse them, take advantage of them. Yes, when they know you have no room in the swampy area. Muma Abella. Freelancer. Oh, welcome, darling. I see you. You're late, Swampy. I'll get your fire king. Joy Kelly. Oh, my darling, my darling. Welcome to the Bella house. I see you. Like as you come in. Like as you come in. So personally, I don't feel that Askia should regret or anybody should criticize her for posting her Father's Day message if we truly understand what a true dad is in the sense of things. Because if we truly understand who a true dad is, she is playing that role for the time being. She is. Let her celebrate herself. And for the men who feel like they're playing the role of mothers and fathers as well, they should happily celebrate themselves. Alisa Johnson, Abanandi of Balayonga. Hey, Bafudo, yeah. You guys in a place, yeah. Oh my God, Alisa Johnson, Obama Bufu. I want to get it back. So Anita is saying this might sound shocking to you all, but I cut all the ties myself. Anita, you cut off the ties from your husband or you cut off the ties from your dad. Don't get me wrong. Cutting off ties, it's solely the decision of the person who is cutting the ties. They know why they're cutting the ties, and nobody can change their mind once they've made it up, unless they have some real convincing and talking. But for people who have cut off all ties with their dads or their spouses, as long as there's no child involved, if it's a spouse or partner, I have no problem with that. But I can only have support somebody cutting off ties with their partners if their partner is an abusive partner who is going to be the child is going to be at risk of being abused. Then that's fine. But as long as that child or the man wants to be in the life of their child, you cannot cut off their ties completely. That's unfair on the child. So unfair. So unfair. Anita is saying, I disown my father. And I mean, Anita, I'm sure it's for reasons best known to you. To some people, they feel like having their dad in their lives will cause more harm than it would do good to them. That's fair enough. And that's their own personal judgment. And they must have weighed the pros and the cons to have made that decision. You have to weigh the pros and the cons to come to that decision. And people have to respect that decision, especially when they're adults. If an adult say, I'm cutting off all ties with you, they must have thought things through to make sure that that's the right decision they're making, Thank you, Greener. Where my supportive sis, my sis with a big heart of gold. Yeah. So personally, women, celebrate yourselves as a man, as a dad, as a mother. Men, celebrate yourself as mothers, as fathers. The fact that we are women doesn't mean it takes away that responsibilities that we are playing as men. Times have changed. Women are taking up more responsibilities in their homes, in their society, in their community, and we need to be celebrated for that. Same for the men. They need to be celebrated. And if we are trying to say we are uplifting ourselves, we're calling for equality, when we do those things that men do, why can't we take the credit for it? Why can't we? Why can't we? And it's about time all the women, us, join our voices and acknowledge the fact that we are playing a bigger role in the lives of our families, our kids, our community, than just being women, than just having two soft balls on our chest. Okay, we can also have metaphorical things dangling in between our legs and also carry the responsibilities of the metaphorical figure. That's just what it is. Times have changed. We need to evolve with times and realize that these things can only keep improving over time. So I want to give this special shout out to Askia for being such an amazing mother to her daughter, and that goes to all the other single mothers out there who are doing a great job to make sure that their kids are being raised. And for my advice to the dads, please don't only feel like you're a dad by donating your sperm and bringing a child forward. And don't feel like you just giving money to support a child makes you a true dad. No, there's more to it. You have to make sure you're emotionally, submerged into the life of this child so that this child knows what it is like to have a male role model in his or her life, especially when it comes to a girl child. Your girl child, it will have a huge impact the way her interaction with men is very important. The way she sees you treat her mother, the way you interact with her will create that perception of a real man, for her. And as she grows, those are the kind of things that she'll be looking out for. That's why sometimes us women, we look for men that have the same character traits like our dads. It's the same as men. They look for women that have the same character traits as their mothers, and that's because of their upbringing and the role or the impact they have in the life of their kids. So I want to thank you all so much for actually jumping on this show short notice and participating. As always, I'm so thankful, and thank you all so much. Please keep sharing. Please keep subscribing. If you're a silent watcher, I know I have so many silent watchers. Tap on that subscribe button because I know you love what you actually listen here, or actually what we are talking about here. Just tap on that subscribe button, the red button, and click on that bell so whenever I come up live or drop a video, you will not miss a thing. Thank you also very much. I'm just going to give a shout out to all my beautiful audience today who have been with me. Greener Pasture, so tell me, how was that head day? Plan for tomorrow. A swampy area say now we the chest am. I swear I swear down he re-owned me himself. Oh, at the end of the day, he is my father. I can't change that. And okay, and at this old age, I don't think I need him, but I forgave him. That's very good of you. That's very good of you, Swampy. That's nice. Mama, thanks for always inspiring us. Oh, thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate it. Now with the chest temptation, it was a great show topic, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, sis. Mama Mia. Thank you. Mia says, Alistair Johnson, Mamu Mia says, thank you all so much, saints. I'm gonna call my shout out to all my beautiful people. Anite, my namesake, thank you so much. Now be the Chestam, my own mama, thank you. Greener pasture, oh my own. Thank you so much for always being there. B, thank you, darling. Always contributing, always active. Thank you. Thank you, Saint. Lucy baby, thank you so much, darling. Thank you. I appreciate you coming. San Child, thank you, my love. Army General, my kindest hearted sis, thank you so much. Simply Sandy, your contribution has been immeasurable. I love you and appreciate you for that too. Thank you. L Beauty Muma, thank you. I appreciate you so much for coming. Catherine Tenze, thank you, sister, for always supporting as well. And thank you for this, very insightful contributions that you've made today. I appreciate it. Jacqueline Yunze, thank you. This look like my Banso people. I used to school in Banso as well. Woo! So, thank you so much for being here today. Maps to the world, my darling sis. Thank you. If you're still there, G-Spots, my boo for life. Mama Alicia, my love. Thank you so much. Justice for the innocent. Thank you, Freelancer. Thank you so much, darling. Swampy. Alistair Johnson. Oh, my Bafu sisters. Oh, your place is in a place day. I really appreciate you. Oh, Joy Kelly. I read the chest. Yes, like the video before you go. Let me add the chest my moderator. Thank you so very much. Thank you all, my beautiful and wonderful people. I will definitely be seeing you all on Friday. It's going to be another interesting topic. Very interesting topic as well. We're going to learn a lot and share our ideas as always. I thank you all so much for your continued support. I wish you all a fantastic rest of the day. See you all shortly. Goodbye. Mwah.